In Excel, it can be really tricky to put borders in place. It can also be even harder to go in and modify the colors for borders. So what we often find is people just don't even bother because it's so difficult to get into the settings. We're going to see in a moment, Macabacus has some great shortcuts for putting borders in place. Let's take a look at some of the ones that we find most helpful. Control-Alt-Shift and then using the arrow keys allows us to cycle through borders for top, left, right, or bottom. Let's take a look. If we highlight across here and hit Control-Alt-Shift down once, we get a nice little dotted border. If we do it twice, a solid line, 3 times, little darker line, and 4 times, we get a double line. This is wonderful, and it's so fast. If we want to remove the borders, we can use Control-Shift-. Let's just highlight these, Control-Shift-, and the border is gone. This is so quick. Let's look at this table and try to dress it up a little bit and make it look really nice and presentable. We can highlight across the bottom, Control-Alt-Shift down, put a nice little bottom border across the top, put a little bit more solid border, and then we want to put a border around the outside. We're going to use Control-Shift-7 for an outside border. We'll hit that shortcut 3 times to get a nice solid outside border, and we now have this table looking quite professional and ready for a presentation. As we mentioned, changing the border colors in Excel can be quite difficult. In fact, many people don't even bother because there's so many keystrokes involved in doing it. Macabacus makes it really simple. Let's take a look here at this border color cycle, Control-Alt-Shift, single quote. So let's highlight the table and hit this keystroke a few times. We can very quickly put a really sharp looking red border around this table. Or we can go back in and quickly change the color of those borders. It's just so fast using Macabacus. The other thing to keep in mind is that all of these settings are so customizable. If we go up to Macabacus into Settings and click Configure, we can see that down here under Colors, we have the ability to select any border colors that we want and load them into the cycle. What we can also do, if we scroll further below, is we can set the default border color right here at the bottom. This is amazing. We're going to be able to go back and start to explore all of these different settings for borders and get some nice color into our presentations with Macabacus. If you're enjoying these tips and would like to see more of our content, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you soon in the next video.